Fair play.
Okay, here we go. Lap with this one, here we go. Hey, welcome back. So this is the new track laid out at the Enduro World. They've done a nice new track. So take it nice and steady around here. See where it takes us. They've made it like more endury. Endury. Is that an actual word? I don't know. But yeah. It's some nice downhill sections, so I've done a quick recce on it already. And yeah, it's good. It's meant to rain, it rained all this morning, so it's wet. Great. This is a bit of a steep section here. Is it this one? Whoa! Went a bit quick. Right, it's here. Whoa! No bash guard still. Well, I've got bash guard, but got no protection from my plate, my exhaust yet. Muddy. This is a bit of a climb. Where is it now? Ah, you can hear everyone spinning up. It's alright. I'll go back down. Yeah, cool. So I got stuck behind there. Yeah, it's got stuck there, and you get stuck there, you're in trouble. Oh my god, this is hitting the back. Yeah, you don't get to keep momentum there, you're screwed. Would have been actually easier for me to go straight back down, to be honest. Oh, I took my rainproof jacket off, and now it starts to rain. So it's not really the type of terrain you've been riding the beat fast on. So there's lots of ruts, as we say. But last weekend we did it on the KTM. KTM obviously swallowed up all these roots, not roots, bumps. This is obviously deflecting, but hopefully next week the suspension arrives. That'll be interesting. I think that's about the 48 mils at about 3 pounds in weight, which I don't think is a bad trade-off, really. Whoa. Style it up. Deep water. Do a full lap so everyone can see what it's like. Being he had me offered down here, so I'm not opening it up. Came down here and woo! Front end went like you won't believe. So which way? Oh, let's go this way. I'm sure this is the way. I'm sure this is the way. It is the way. Go on, lad. Give people space. Yep. Tight little corner here. Into we go. Give me a little bit of arm pump now on there. Grip my legs. Rest my arms. Whoa. Rest the arms. Grip the knees. Whoa, fuck me. That was front end, wash out. Sometimes it feels like front end's on ice. But now, in the rut. So be a can do it, baby. Okay, so that was a lap. Nice. Okay, so we're coming here. And I think this is more beta terrain. it's a fast track. Everyone can see it, and some brilliant sections out there. Really good fun. But I've come to the tight woods here, just to see what the beat is like. So we had a go out on the KTM last week, and this is going to be not going to be a long video. I'm not going to show all of it. You've seen it on my last vid. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some of the sections and then give them a little review how I think the Beta performed in here in comparison to the KTM. Because the guys just sent me some pictures of me jumping the skip, which nearly bloody killed me. It's such a short run up, but I did it. But there we go. I'm not going to do it again today, that's for sure. Anyway, so I'm going to get into these woods, do some bits and bobs in here. But yeah, Beta's performing brilliantly. I actually put the cover back on here. There's a little, see there's a spacer. And I put that back on, to be honest, because I found that the Beta was just so peaky. I had to turn the power valve in, and I find that the space is designed to give it more low to middle, and that's what I want. So I'll put the spacer back in, turn the power valve out, I think, one turn. It seems to be responding nicely to that, so we'll see how it performs in here in the woods. I might take a couple of still shots and stuff, but you can see it, and you saw it enough last time. But let's give it a go in here, shall we? I'll give you a shout when I get to the top of the next one. So yeah, that was a steep climb. Beta held that fantastic, no problems, except this bloody branch again. Again, so let's get round this. So yeah, he's able to do a really nice sort of like pivot turn at the top there, so we've got around that, and that's the difference, is that this just makes me feel a better rider, and probably what I am. it just still instills confidence in my riding. It makes me do stuff that I probably wouldn't do before because it's lightweight. Doesn't mean I get up it. It just means I have a crack at it. Because it's got the torque, it's got the grip, it's definitely more user friendly than the KTM. Like I said, you probably do stuff that you wouldn't be able to do on the KTM, you would do on this, and I think that's half the battle, isn't it? Yeah, I think it's half the battle, just be able to get up that section and have fun. I've never had so much fun riding this bike. Yeah, the KTM is fun, I love it, but this just makes it just so much easier. However, have you seen this section I've got to deal with now? Come on, let's keep it live. Let's try and get around here. Just like that, I'm able to manhandle the bike a bit more. Oh, so straight away we've got a nice rock ledge. Need a bit more momentum than that, Pete. That's for sure today. And then we've got a route. Come on. Let's go back. Remember, try and get one foot on that peg. It's very difficult actually. There's not a lot of room. Pause a second. You can hear the bikes all spinning up out there. A cacophony of noise. A cacophony. Just shows that people are having fun. Yeah, that was nails. But the Beta is doing great. Yep, he's doing fantastic. Yeah, but I'm not doing the Woods of Mordor today. It took me about friggin' 2 hours to clean all the mud off it, but yeah. I don't mind doing that. I did it last week, just like practicing these technical sections, isn't it? So let's go down the steep bit here, innit? Ooh, yes, it's wet today, and that is steep. come on now. Trailing that front brake. Nice. In there. Oh, I remember this one. So I went up, and then I went to the left. Sorry, to the right, because you can see up there there's a horrible lot of roots. So we'll give it a go. Yeah. See you in a minute. Oh, do you want to see it? Oh, come on. See me crash or something. Everyone likes a good crash. That's where I want it to be. Over to here. And then what we've got to do is get my back tyre there, and then we get out of it. Theoretically. So I need to just go a bit forward a bit. Stop there. Hold the brake. I think last time was trouble getting my back mudguard round there, but it doesn't look too bad today. Fuck, I'm sliding down. Go on. Okay, let's round the other side of it. Like I said, oh, don't do that now. There's nothing worse than that. We get mudguard and a tree between the mudguard and the wheel. Horrible. Pause. Let's sort out. Hey guys, it's Pete from Two Wheels here. Just going to cover some stuff on the Beta and Houston. We have a problem. So on my last ride, which was down at the Swansea Enduro World, before we went out on the site and that, I started the bike and the bike wouldn't idle at all. It was just bogged down in the first, I would say, like 4,000, 3,000 RPM range. It was so boggy and it was just dying. Yeah, and I was like, okay, fine. It performed the rest of the day fine, but it was just bogging down, and I was like, this ain't right. So, come back, took the carburetor out, so I thought to myself, that must be the pilot jet's blocked pilot circuit. So I take the carburetor off, I've cleaned the carburetor, blown it through, cleaned the pilot jets, main jets, everything else like that. There was a bit of crud, rubbish in the float bowl. So I cleaned it all up and I've reinserted the carburetor. However, I don't think that is the source of the problem, to be honest, because I also had a flat battery in the morning. So there's a current drain as well going on. Now we all know that Beta electrics are not the best, so I'm literally going to go through every plug, clean every plug, replace each plug where I can with an IP69 rated plug. Another thing I'll point out, I'm going to take the camera over here, is that, I don't know if you can see it, we got our, over here, don't know if you can see that, yeah, this is the oil coming in from the oil injection system, and it's got air in it, yeah, so I'm not even going to bother starting the bike, yeah, until I get that air out, yeah. And I'll tell you guys how you can bleed that and get the air out of that tube which comes from the oil pump, etc. Now on the KTM, I just plug the dongle in and do that. Yeah, but I'm going to find out how I do it on the Beta. So the carburetor is now all nice and clean. Air filter's all been changed up. Yeah, it does get jet washed. But look over here, we're going to get a torch. Hey, get a torch. We can see here all the connectors here are covered in shit, yeah. I have greased them all up, yeah, they have got silicone in them, but I'm going to take them all back out, clean them all up and replace all the plugs I can with IP69 rated plugs to waterproof them. And that's twofold. A, to make sure there's no water in the system, and B, when you do the Sea to Sky, guys, you go through the canyon, and when you go through the canyon, it's deep water. I mean, it's coming up to at least the airbox on some sections. so we need to protect the bike. So we may even lift some of the electrics. Some of the electrics I'm going to talk about here are, I do not like the position of the oil pump in there. This oil pump, you see down there. Yeah, if that fails, we've got an engine failure. So I'm going to modify that if I can, and get that into an area that's less susceptible to water ingress. Apart from that, the bike performed perfectly. But yeah, it's I'm going to get rid of all the crappy connectors and get some decent connectors on there. Also, point to note is that I got rid of all the handlebar mounted switching gear here. I got rid of it, didn't want it, don't need it. And then I just put a jumper cable in on the light switch here, and it was on main. I'm going to switch this jumper cable here to go onto low, because if there is a current drain or we're not getting the correct amount of voltage coming through to give a good spark. The spark plug was lovely and clean. I would say it wasn't brown, it was a little bit black, not to the standard I'd want to see a spark plug at, but that's probably due to the fact that it was bogging down, and before that it could have been nice and golden brown, but now it's not, so that's all being cleaned up as well, and the battery's on charge as well. So we'll see how we get on, and I'll go through the procedure to bleed that oil, get the air out the oil pump, and then we'll go and look at some connectors and see what we get from there. Okay, let's move on.